Hello everyone, my name is David. I'm a sound designer and also music producer. I release tracks as Seven Skies on labels such as Juno Beats, Denmark, and many other label. Too many to mention. Anyway, I'm also a teacher at Pyramind, and today I'm here just to show you a few tricks on a thing that might be quite useful if you are into the EDM kind of sound. Now, what I want to show you is how to do those, let's call it uplifting or kind of siren sound that all the tracks are filled with nowadays. But what I want to do is showing you some cool way to make those kind of things a little bit more interesting. Now, I'm gonna use Massive for this one because is the synthesizer that offers you a wider kind of range of possibility, especially when it comes to modulations and routing, all that kind of modulation. It's really quick and easy. Interface is a little bit scary, but once you get used to it, it's really simple. Okay, so we load Massive, and first thing we do is drop a note, and let's stretch it. We're going to do a 60 bar long. There you go. The shortcut for it, basically the note is as long as the region, and we're going to have a straight note. It's not really interesting. First thing that we want to do when we load, especially when we load Massive, Massive loads with the envelope 4, which is what controls our volume envelope. It loads it with this curve that basically lowers the volume a little bit, and it's kind of annoying. So what we do is simply push the level up, and the volume will be the same for the whole duration of the note. There you go. Now, what would you normally do to do this kind of uplift sound is doing it with the pitch bend. So you have a long note, and over here in Logic, you simply set the pitch bend. Now let's go to 0, and the other one it's 63. 63 in this case is the maximum amount of pitch, which matches 12 semitones up. So it's basically an octave. So from here to here, it's going to be an octave. There you go. And yes, this is how basically everyone does the pitch up kind of sound. Then of course you can like increase the unison and give a little bit of detune and create a little bit of a more interesting sound. Maybe by using a so. That kind of sound that we all know. But, everyone can do this, and it's been done like a million times. So let's get rid of this one for a second. And instead of the pitch bend, we're going to use a macro control. Now, what a macro control is basically a modulation that we can control manually. And what we can do with it is that we can assign it to a whole bunch of parameters in Massive and control them all together with one knob and all at the same time. So, for example, if we drag it and assign it to oscillator 1 and goes 12 semitones up. Also, let's set it to filter 1 by sliding up. We're just going to use this filter. And Basically, it works the same way as it would work with the pitch bend. But now what we can do is that we can also control, for example, the unison. And so as we grow up with the tone, we can also grow up with the detune of our unison. Yeah, something cool like this. Also, we can put reverb, and we can structure or assign it in a way that as we go up in tone, we go up with the detune. We also open reverb with it. Yeah, and it's pretty cool. Basically, there's no limitation on what you can do. We can also, let me bypass the reverb for a second. We can also do something cool like this. Open a filter, and we can assign an LFO to it. Alright, and we can control the rate of our LFO once again with our macro control, and we end up having something like this. This might be a little bit too much, so we can go down. This is basically the amount of the modulation. Like this is enough. Alright, and once we are done with the whole thing, what we can do is call it Crazy Mud, for example. And now I assigned a shortcut. Basically, I can switch over here from touch to read with the automation. So what I can do is, when it's set to touch, I can just hit play, touch my parameter, and it will be over here ready for me to be used. And what I can do is now set my automation, and there you go. So let's open the reverb again. You know, also, yeah, I usually put it not right on the end, but I like to put it like 4 bars before. No, sorry, 1 bar before. Not even like a beat before. And the reason as to why I put it a little bit before is because I am 100% sure that at this point my note is going to be an octave higher. Sometimes when you're right at the end, you don't catch the right octave, and so the uplift sound is a little bit out of tune compared to the whole rest of the track. So yeah, this If you have it a little bit before the end, you're sure that you're going to hit the right note and everything will be in perfect tone with the rest of the track. Also, what you can do, as opposed to just use an oscillator, a toned oscillator, what you can do is just use noise sound, and you can basically create a whoosh kind of sound. Let's bypass everything. A second. And there you go. And there you go. Let's assign the crazy mod to the noise color. And what you can do is do the same thing we did with the filter. So basically we can assign LFO 5, but this time we assign it to the pan, and let's bypass it. And once again, let's open the reverb, and let's try again. There you go. This is a really quick and simple way to create your own uplifting sound, and as you can see, it's really not that hard. It takes literally a couple of minutes, and you can basically assign this microcontrol to everything you want, so you can literally go crazy with it and have the full control on every parameter that you want to, let's say, automate, even if it's not really the right terms for it, but yeah, that's basically it. Just assigned a microcontrol to whatever you want, and then you can literally just go crazy with it. If you want to know more about modulation, LFOs, envelope, filters, oscillators, white noise, and everything that's all about synthesizers, I have my own class at Pyramind.com. So if you want to learn more about it, just head to the link that you can see right here, and I'll see you there. For me, David, Seven Skies, bye-bye.
Very much like to thank Pyramind for hosting me here once again. I think this institution is really cool, and until I came here for the first time, I had never seen anything like it in my whole life.
What I think really separates us from other people who teach is that we are outrageously passionate about what we do, and especially in electronic music.
Since coming to Pyramind, I've discovered electronic music, and San Francisco being a mecca for underground electronic music opened up so many doors for me and kind of blew my mind.
We cover everything from absinthe to contact. When people get to the mind-melting level, we get into modular synthesis.
Everything about native instruments, everything about Logic synths down to the finest detail. We learned it all.
The fundamentals of understanding how things work, that's just essential. But then beyond that, there's so much more, and that's where it gets into just a lot of the artistic side of like the creative approach of why you do something, not just how.
There's a lot of schools that just, they focus on the technicality of recording music, but I wanted something that would foster creativity and really help me develop as an artist as well.
Each of our genre-specific programs comes in 4 levels. There's a basic, an advanced, a professional, and then a master's level. And the master's level is, of course, everything we do. It's the largest and most powerful programs that we can create for you.